Hey there guys, I'll be back at you. What do you think about classic cars as an investment? People talk about the stock market. Silver and gold is popular right now. Silver prices have kind of went nuts there for a while. Skyrocketed. Nobody considers classic cars as an investment. Because I hear stories about people have had kept certain cars stored up in some sort of storage, kept them in decent shape. They've never been touched. They're still completely original paint, original interior, original engine, everything. Some of these cars are going for hundreds of thousands, if not millions of dollars. Some of these big auctions, or even I'm sure it's probably happening private sales too. But auctions are what you usually hear about. These cars from the 50s and 60s, even in the 70s, going for insane prices. Do you think it's... I mean, I guess if you got money right to invest in a car and let it sit, because it's definitely not a quick get-rich-quick scheme. Yeah, get the words out of my mouth. It's not a quick rich. God damn. Sorry. It's not a get-rich-quick scheme. You gotta be able to sit on it for 10, 20, 30, 40 years. It's basically an investment over the majority of your lifetime. And it's always never seemed like it's a guaranteed thing. It kind of depends on certain cars seem to sell better. At certain times they'll have the fluctuations where they'll go up and down. At the moment there might be a certain car in certain conditions with certain options that might sell for a high price right now, but in a year it's going to sell for next to nothing. And there'll be some other car that's worth a whole lot more than it was, say, a year ago or a year from now. Because it's still a big market for these old cars. It seems like muscle cars, especially Mustangs, Corvettes, Firebirds. So some of these cars you got to find the right niche for them, because just anybody on the street, you might not be able to get a lot of money for it. But if you know to aim that particular car at, it might be a niche car that to the average person might be just something they take their scrapyard and make razor blades out of. To somebody else, they'll pay $100,000 for it. Yeah, the whole classic car stuff sometimes can be. You definitely gotta know what you're doing. Gomer says hi. If you couldn't hear him, he always seemed to know when to start barking. Doggy shut. Anyways, here's Gomer. Hey Gomer, what you doing? What you doing, huh, buddy? Okay, you guys got your Gomer setting. But yeah, these classic cars, I guess if you know what you're doing and know when to sell, I guess you gotta really understand the market and know who to sell it to get money for it. And kind of same seems to go with these parts for them too. And so you had a wrecked car, but it had a good engine, a good transmission. But if it was an accident, maybe you had one or two quarter panels that were good, some doors that were good, maybe got T-boned or something, and one whole side is maybe destroyed, but the other side is untouched, and the frame is bent, but the engine and transmission possibly still good. Maybe the hood, trunk lid, the whole, say it was T-boned on the driver's side, the whole passenger side might be good and be sellable to somebody that has some rotted out panels and wants to be able to, rather than repairing what they've got, if they can get their hands on some decent used stuff, they'll pay good money for it sometimes. But you guys do any car restorations? Or you like any into the old cars? And I know one of my viewers, you right there in the back, I see you. You're in the cars, old stuff. I remember a few things when we were kids. Yeah, right there, the one with the glasses. You're in the cars and stuff. Anybody else got out there? I would keep an eye on that stuff. You can keep an eye open for maybe some old car you like, even if it's not something that's popular. To keep your eyes out for one of those older cars that doesn't have all these new gizmo gadgets on it that mess up and cost a fortune to fix. And I've seen on a few things on like Facebook, Chevy celebrities. I don't know if anybody remember those, but my mother had one for a while. There's people out there that snatch those things up because the engines in those things, you can't seem to kill them. I think those are the ones that had that engine. They called it the Iron Duke. They just kept going and going and going. Got a little bit of the oil leaks, but you can't seem to kill them. It's one of those cars where if you lived in Rust Belt, where rot's a problem, where they use a lot of salt. The engine will keep driving on the road and the car will just be falling off around it into piles of rust. But the engine keeps on going. But it's just like old Mercury Sables. I've seen a couple of those on Facebook. People got low mileage ones that get grabbed up and use them as daily drivers. There's nothing special about them. It's just old, reliable cars that doesn't have all this expensive technology in it with absurd amount of computers in them and modules and sensors and lane assist, and I could get nasty with it and say the cars do things to you that maybe wouldn't be appropriate for children. If you catch my drift, if you've got a dirty mind like mine, they should come with some special vibrating seats. You know what I mean? Yeah, sorry, but people don't like getting naughty, but I'm keeping it as clean as I can. You don't want to hear what I could say or what's going through my brain. But it's my drift. It's all stuff that just breaks and causes issues, and now they got subscriptions for your heated seats. I just saw Lexus on one of the new SUVs. It's not a new SUV, but the 2026 model year of this SUV. I think it's the 460. You have to have a subscription to use the GPS in the car. I mean, really, you're paying an absurd amount of money for this Lexus. I think it's like $70-something thousand, depending on which trim package you get, and you have to pay a subscription for the GPS. Seems a little absurd to me. And I know some of the luxury cars, like Mercedes, Audi, BMW, these guys you have to have a subscription in certain cases for stupid stuff like the heated seats. Like, really? Monthly bill just so you can use the features the car was made and built with and has the programming to use? And come on, man. What the hell? How long have been heated seats and GPSs have been in cars? And now you make us want to have subscriptions to it to make it work. Yeah. So I feel like staying with the older cars myself. And I don't go too old, but old enough that I still get some of the gadgets and gizmos that I like, but I don't have to deal with this stupid subscription, based stuff. But yeah, because my car's a 2012. It's new-ish, but not new. I'll just keep that running as long as I can. Keep fixing it, keep repairing it. What do you guys think? Do you like the idea of, do you drive? Do you want old cars just to drive? Or would you buy one as an investment, as like a collector's car, and keep it for a certain amount of time or whatever, so you can sell it down the road? This car will eventually go up in value enough to make it worth selling. I'd like to hear your thoughts and ideas on this one, and what you guys do. Do you guys prefer all this new stuff with new technology? Do you prefer the older stuff? Let me know in the comments section. Remember, like, subscribe, thumbs up, thumbs down, whatever floats your boat. I'll see you in the next video. Bye.